How can I create the biggest effect with the money and the time that I have? And how can I get the most return of investment? This triangle is going to help you with that. Hi, my name is Dr. Stephanie Ginster. I have a PhD in molecular medicine, and I have always had a passion for science communication, which is why I used to work a lot in marketing for corporate, particularly for biotech and diagnostics. And now I have my own business as a healthcare marketing consultant. And with this, I help you to grow your business and give the biggest impact and the most value that you can. So here we turn your idea into action. I hope you enjoy it. And today's topic is market segmentation. This pyramid or this triangle already shows a little bit what I'm talking about. Market segmentation is always going to help you when there are, in theory, too many customers and you don't know where to start. I always like to take examples. And today we are going to take the example of you want to sell a software to healthcare professionals, a software that is going to simplify their everyday life. The most common segmentation that you can do is a segmentation by buying power. This means that at the top, you have the customers that are going to be able to buy most from you. Let's say like large hospitals like uniclinics. In the middle, you have those medium customers that are, small hospitals. And right at the bottom, you have private practices or generally practices and private practitioners. Those customers at the top that you want are usually like those that are hardest to get. But if you have them, you will have them long term. So you really need to pamper them. And this is already something that you need to keep in mind. With every customer, there is a different strategy. For instance, here, the top customers, usually it will be enough to have some proper key account managers for them because it won't be many and you can really take care of them. So it is like more like a one-on-one thing. This group is likely going to be too large to just cover with some key account managers. So already here you need to start to have a segmentation in order to be able to distinguish which are the ones that are most interesting to target. And this is the mass market where likely you will be focusing on customer service rather than key account management. So like I said, this segmentation is purely based on buying power and it is a very important piece of information, but we need to refine this. And this is so baffling to me that even in corporate, where people have a lot of experience, they do not acknowledge the importance of demographic and psychographic segmentation, or you can also call it behavioral segmentation. Because let's stay with this example that you try to sell a software to physicians and healthcare professionals to make their lives easier. There's always going to be someone who is still basically in the Middle Ages, who still wants to use a fax machine and who is not really willing to change anything. And it is going to take a long time if you're still trying to turn a no or their no into a maybe, rather than turning another people's maybe into a yes. So in order to identify who is on the maybe side, you need the subsegmentation. For instance, you could say that you need the hospital or the clinic to be pragmatic, because only someone who is pragmatic can implement new software easily. And particularly if you have a startup, and it takes like 1 year or 2 years to negotiate a contract, then you might be out of business. So it needs to be a process that is fast. Also, you need an environment that is generally open to change. And their demographics might help you. Obviously, also, a lot of older people can be open to change, but I think the probability when there is younger people who are in the lead that change is possible is much higher than if there are older people that are in the lead. So, and this helps you then to do a sub-segmentation. And this way, you can turn each group into much smaller groups. But with this larger group, you can even do smaller segments. And even for the mass market, it makes sense to do a segmentation. You might target them differently through social media, etc., and through digital. But still, at the same time, there might be a segment with people who have the same values and therefore respond to the same messaging. So here, I don't know how many uniclinics we have in Germany, but I know we have roughly 1,800 hospitals in Germany. This means that you would need, let's say you have a key account manager that can cover 15 hospitals overall. This means for this group, you would have to hire a lot of headcount in order to cover them. Also for this group, you would need a strategy that requires a customer service, and you need to be aware of that. So you need to decide early, for example, if those larger hospitals might be too slow for you, then it might make sense to focus on the medium group. And in order to focus on the medium group, either you need to hire a lot of sales staff, or you need to do a subsegment of people that are pragmatic, that are open to change, that are close to scientific cutting edge, and lots of other things. And this is usually what people call psychographic or behavioral segmentation. And unfortunately, you are not going to find out who is pragmatic by looking online. The healthcare industry is a people business and marketing is a people business. So even though I am also an introverted person, I have to acknowledge you won't get around talking to people in person on congresses, through coffee chats, through whatever. And this is how you find out. And this is how you can do your segmentation, by talking to people, unfortunately. And there are also a lot of other things that are quite important. I already talked about willingness to pay. I talked about key buying factors. You need to know what the key buying factors are of people. And it is very easy to have a blind spot for what you don't know about your customer. Particularly when you've been thinking about your business a lot, it is easy to think I have a good gut feeling for what they want and what they don't want and how the business strategy is supposed to be. But not identifying blind spots can cost you, particularly if you only have limited resources, limited time and limited money, and also limited staff. So you want to get it right as fast as possible. And this is where a knowledge gap matrix comes into place. I have created a worksheet that is going to help you use this knowledge gap matrix and in order to identify what you don't know yet about your customer. And this is something that I have used in corporate, I have used it with startups, and I have also used it for my own business, and I still keep filling those knowledge gaps. If you want to work with it, then you can find it in the caption. And also, I have one question for you. I am thinking of creating a free webinar series. I would really be interested whether or not this is something that you would like and that you would participate in. Like I said, it would be free. It would get more into depth about, for instance, how to make the most of your time and your resources, or also how to create a product that is most appealing for your target audience and stuff like this. I might be doing interviews. So please let me know if you would be interested in such a thing. And if you're interested, then there's also a waiting list in the caption, and you can just sign up for it. I won't be sending you any spam, just for you to get notified as soon as the webinar series is live. And with this, please, if this video was helpful, this is still a very small channel, like it to give it a little boost. Also, comments are always helping to boost the video. Yeah, subscribe to this channel for more. Like for instance, you can also check out my video on how to create brand awareness. You can find this, I believe, here. Also, please subscribe to my LinkedIn, for instance, there my name is also Dr. Stephanie Ginster. To my Instagram or TikTok, there my name is also Dr. Stephanie Ginster. And now I hope to see you in the next video. Enjoy whatever is already on the channel, and there are a lot of other great things to come. So, bye.